Everybody, it's KB5MIQ, big boy. Going to make a little quick addition to this video as you're fixing to see behind this. Vern 6, KB5SIX contacted me. Dad, he's got another piece of used gear for sale, or I'm sorry, I wouldn't even call this used gear. He's got a RM Italy HLA 305 amp, 10 through 160, 250 watt amp. Got the cooling fans on it. It's been in an airtight box since the day he bought it. Looks like it's brand new, and he will include the airtight box. And he's asking 600. So there'll be a picture and the info will be with the slides. And Vern's email is on his QRZ page. So if you're looking for an amp, especially something looks like to make a good mobile amp, be worth checking into. Just shoot him an email if you're interested in it. Now the rest of the video is following behind this. Thanks again, KB5MIQ73. Hey, good afternoon everybody. It's KB5MIQ, big boy. Hey, ham radio cat. Come on up here, let everybody see you, because you're the star of the show there. Not Ed. Still getting a lot of posts and stuff about different types of equipment and how to set shacks up and all of that. And Jeff had sent me a picture earlier in the week, and it kind of got me thinking about this video. So we're going to talk about your bench a little bit. In fact, all the 10-meter crew and Vern 6 KB5SIX all sent me pictures of their shack set up, so y'all get to see them on video here. And like I've always said, your shack is yours. There's no need for you to do what somebody else tells you to do. Now, if you don't know and you ask a question and you get some good advice and you follow it, that's great. But you're ultimately the one responsible for your shack. You know your budget. You know your location, the area you want to put your shack better than anybody, and the type of area you got for antennas. So a little planning will save you some money in the long run, and plus set up what you want to do. There's all kinds of gadgets you can buy for this hobby. I mean, it is unlimited the amount of gadgets you can buy for this hobby. And however deep you want to get into it, all requires some different equipment, whether you're into digital modes or whatever. These pictures will give you a little idea of how we run our shacks, and y'all see mine here all the time behind these videos, because mine is the junkiest of all of them, the way they're set up, because you'll see some pictures of some really neat set up desks. But you'll get a look at what everybody does, and you'll see that not everybody has a wall full of radios. But none of us do. I never have understood the need for that many operational radios. But you only talk on one at a time. And one thing in the past, if you look at a lot of these older shacks, it's got a lot of older rigs in there. Lots of times they didn't have the radios that had all the coverage that some of the radios got now. So it all depends on what you're wanting to do and your money budget, like I've always said. I've got everybody's call sign tagged in the videos. Take Jeff and Tim, WD5HKV, KF5TKY, for instance. On both of their benches, you'll see some old tube gear. Jeff just rebuilt the Hallicrafters receiver. He just got an old Heathkit AM transmitter. He's fixed to do some work on, get it on the air. Fixed to build an old night signal generator kit. Things he likes to do. Of course, he's got some modern rigs on his desk also. Tim's a musician. He's about the same age as our age group, but he's the youngest ham we got. He's only been licensed a little over a year. But he's a musician, and he rebuilt old guitar amps, tube amps. He likes messing with tube gear. He's got a couple of tube receivers he's worked on and got them operational on his desk. Cody, like I said, he's our resident computer guru. If you'll notice, on Cody's 891 and Jeff's 891, there's some guard handles been added to it, because those 891s got that VFO knob that really sticks out there in the open. That Cody made with a 3D printer, and I'm 99% sure he made Jeff some knobs for that Hallicrafter with a 3D printer. He didn't get the 3D printer in the picture there with his shack, but that's just another thing that's, you know, if you got somebody that knows how to do that, can help you with a rebuild and with computer stuff. And y'all all know how he helped me with my soldering job I did a while back. Adam, he's on, I think Vern may have an amp on his, and Adam runs an amp. They're the only ones running an amp. Adam, I know, runs some more digital modes that the rest of us don't do. I think Adam runs FT8. I think he does slow scan TV. Vern does POTA, a lot of portable work operations, runs a lot of POTA activations. So you'll get to see everybody's shack here and get an idea of what we all do. My shack, until I bought that 701, and I bought it on whim, just kind of, that was my first rig that I had. I just wanted a little rig to kind of play with on occasion there. All I runs is 897D, Kenwood 261A 2-meter mobile that I've got in the shack, a few talkies, and an old CB radio that I got in here. That's all that's in my shack. The 897D is one of the first shack-in-a-box radios. It covers HF, 6 meters, VHF, UHF. There's a lot of good pluses to go with a shack-in-the-box radio, and there's some that, you know, you may not need all that. Honestly, the year I bought mine before MTC went in business. I think I one of the last orders I ever made from AES, and the price they had it on sale, I just picked it out over looking at 2 or 3 other radios. In fact, my second choice was a 718 ICOM, and I went with this, not so much necessarily for the VHF, UHF, but it was all mode and had 6 meters on it. I don't use the VHF, UHF on that radio, very little, so it's kind of a wash for me whether it's a good idea to go shack in the box or not. Not knocking them. Tim's got a 991A, and like I said before, every time I've gone down there and operated his radio, it makes me want to sell a cow to buy one, but I hadn't done it yet. But take into consideration your shack, where you're going to set it up at. The only recommendation I can make is put it somewhere semi-climate controlled. One, you want to be semi-comfortable when you're operating. You don't want to be out there in a Texas 120-degree day sweating trying to operate. And you also don't want to be in there freezing when bad weather trying to operate. So, plus, it's better on your electronics to have it in a semi-climate controlled area. But it doesn't take a big area to set a shack up. My first shack, when my kids were little, was just a little corner bedroom. That's all I used. Jeff was the same way. He just had a little desk in the corner of a bedroom. Now, Jeff and I's kids are grown and gone, and I took over one of the kids' bedrooms when they moved out. She moved out. Jeff done the same thing when one of his kids moved out. Tim set up in a shop that he does his music in, and he's got a climate control shop, so he's set up good. Cody built a room in a shop for his shack, reload equipment. He also reloads like I do, so he's got all his stuff in one area. Vern's got a separate office. His climate controlled. That's just the main thing, is where you don't want your equipment exposed to extreme temperature changes or moisture, and make it a little more comfortable on you. If you got a big closet somewhere in the house you can get into, just find a little corner and set it up. Or figure it up, take it out, and work portable. Either way, any of that's good stuff to do. Well, I'm going to tag all these videos on here, all these slides on here. I'm also going to put the 4 States Amateur Radio Club logo, start putting that in my videos. That's the club I belong to. Any of you clubs that listen to me and want to send me a logo, I'll be glad to promote you, put it on here with it. Y'all remember Main Trading Company in Paris, Texas? They've had some big sales going for the end of the year. Big Black Friday sales, I think, are still going on. Good outfit for you, especially used gear. Remember your Facebook club pages and ham radio pages, good avenues for information. I just hit 780 subscribers. I never thought we'd get this big, guys. I appreciate it. We get just a little closer to 800. We get above 790, we're going to do another giveaway. This is KB5 MIQ Big Boy 73.